and they will kill literally everything. No big deal. Let me just keep going. Teleport, walk through. In fact, the other part of the build is the whole bouncing electricity that we'll talk about in just a moment. And look at this. Look at this. Like, are you kidding me? I mean, you just summon the Hydras. The Hydras cannot die. They will kill everything. If there gets to be too many guys, you just group them together. They're going to die anyway. Throw electricity at them. They're dead, no problem. You just keep summoning the Hydras, and you keep moving. This is the fastest farming build, the most disgusting, easy to do. I mean, mouth-breathing, aimbot build in the game. It actually just feels almost unfair. Okay, I've been sweating a whole bunch. I just got my first shower in over the beta weekend, and I guarantee you I found a legendary item that there is zero shot it makes it out of the beta without being nerfed into the ground. Everyone's like 5 seconds away from figuring this out. The legendary Hydras are completely disgusting, and there's one item that just makes it way too good. Now, there's a bunch of things that actually make this build really good. Some of that is actually these cackling energies here, these crackling energies that I'm going to talk about in a moment that you pick up that is part of it. But let me walk you through exactly how this works. There's an ability that you get on the sorcerer's skill tree. And if you look here, you get all these abilities, right? You got your basic, you got your core, you got your defensive, and then you get to the conjuration, okay? And there is... Look at this one. The Hydra Conjuration skill is absolutely hilarious because the damage is insane and it scales really well. So the first one is it summons a 3-headed Hydra for 10 seconds. And then the next one is, while healthy, your cast of Hydra gain an additional head. Healthy just means you have over 8%, 80% HP. You can see that right there. And then the third one, which is, this is really where it gets funny, and it pairs with the electricity we're talking about a moment. After you critically strike, your Hydras gain 30% critical strike chance for 3 seconds. Now, here's how this works with the electricity. Okay, we're going to pair that with way down here in the ultimate. You can, hitting enemies with shock skills increases your critical strike chance by 1%, resets upon hitting a critical strike. Now, we're going to use both the Conjuring Lightning Spear, which is basically Yondu's arrow from Marvel. It just flies around, auto hits everything, all right? So every time that passes through something and it gets like a critical hit, this is going to proc 30% bonus critical chance for your Hydras as well, which gives you more Hydra damage, okay? But there's also like the teleport. You also have your chain lightning, which bounces between people. And then we're going to take every variant that gives us crackling energy, because the whole idea of this build is we're just running constantly and just aimbotting everything down. Okay, you actually feel like a wizard, like a sorcerer in this game, because you're walking and everything around you is just dying automatically because of the crackling energy variant that you have here. You also have Chain Lightning critical strikes as a chance of forming crackling energy. Again, we're based around the critical strikes energy. Chain Lightning gains increased critical strike chance per bounce. Again, critical strike synergy. So you can see where this is really working together. And then you have crackling energy again on the teleport. So we have this crackling energy. And if you don't know how crackling energy works, it's actually really cool. So let me just show you a quick example here. Effectively, what happens is the crackling energy reaches out and hits whatever minions are around you automatically like that. You see? And you stack it up and you get more and more and more of it. And then the Hydras kind of do the same thing. But the star of the show is the Hydra. So we have all this electricity stuff just above the Hydra. And there's other variants. People use other variants of this. But I like the one to gain the critical strike for. And the reason this build is so good is because of a legendary item that makes us have not one, but 2 Hydras. Check out this 2-handed weapon right here. You may have 1 additional Hydra active, but the duration is reduced by 11%, which, by the way, doesn't matter at all that it's reduced by 11% because there is no cooldown on the Hydras. You can literally spam this, and watch the mana cost. It's like nothing. You could spam this all day while you're walking. You're not going to run into a problem. So you're able to constantly have multiple Hydras up and you can keep moving. This is how I was able to level with the sorcerer super, super fast. You just place the Hydras, you shoot the aimbot Yondu arrow, you keep moving, the Hydras get the bonus proc, the cackling energy that you get as well. And then if you really need to, and you get a bunch of minions, you use your actual ultimate ability, which is Inferno, that grabs everybody, pulls them in consistently with this Prime Inferno right there, which is going to do a burning damage over time and gives you a very easy target for your Hydras to burn down. The funny thing about this Hydra build is not only does it just instantly shoot through overworld minions so you can keep moving and level quickly and farm fast, but it also has really good single target damage because each one of these Hydra heads does insane damage. I mean, you can see I'm doing like, look at the damage on there. If that's single target damage, you have basically 8 guys all shooting like arrows at one guy, just burning them down. It's insane. Now, there's other variants of this build and other ways you can buff this. I mean, like this ring right here, Crackling Energy has a 21% chance to obtain or hit an additional enemy. So the Crackling Energy synergy that we have gets stronger and stronger as well. Or if you want more conjuration power and you're just not really a big fan of, let's just say you don't want the teleport, but you want more passive damage, you can literally add on Ice Blades, which is another conjuration that can't be killed, that auto attacks down things, and then you can just spam these. You can have the Ice Blade going, you can have the Hydra going, and then you never have to stop. You throw out Yondu's arrow to run around and chain lightning everything down to give you the bonus critical. See there, it's criticking. So now my Hydras will have bonus critical chance because of the Yondu's arrow, and I can just keep throwing out the conjurations, and it's honestly just not okay. It farms so much faster. If you're used to like, oh, the Barbarian where you have to go from each minion, this one, look at this. You just drag them all together, throw out the arrow, it aimbots everybody down. The skill ceiling is so low because you have to do literally nothing. And this is before I even mentioned that the Hydras themselves are immune to damage. Like they can't kill these things. You can just summon them and then hide if it's a hard boss. This is actually how I was able to kill like the Butcher just solo on hard mode the first time, because I just spammed the Hydras and then ran in a circle and he just died. And I've been playing all the classes. Like I have full legendaries on the Rogue, full legendaries on the Sorcerer, the Barbarian's just about completed. And I haven't felt a build, and maybe the Rogue Shadow Step build is feeling all right too, but I haven't seen a build yet that was pretty much this brain dead, easy, fast. And the whole point is, in the beginning, at the launch of the game, what you're going to want to do is get through everything as quickly as possible. And one of the fastest, it's a big map. You have to be running all the time. So one of the best ways to constantly be leveling is literally just killing things. So if you're going from area to area, which you have to do in the start of the game in order to farm, etc., just pick up the double Hydra if you can. Use this while you're doing the rest of the game, and use the Sorcerer just at the start to just very quickly farm through everything, do your quest, unlock the waypoints, do all the stuff that you really want to do in the game, because it's the fastest way to continually move and kill everything. I mean, this is an event right here of defending, and all you have to really do, just put up the Hydras. It's not like I'm really going to actually have to do anything. Just put the Hydras up, and then sit and wait, and I guarantee you I'm going to be able to get the mastery of this. And before someone says it, yeah, I am actually playing on hard mode. Like, I'm playing on hard mode. You can see it up here. It's not on adventure mode. It is the hardest mode available at the moment. We can only go to level 25, so it might only be a build that's really busted early, but it is busted early, and that's sort of the part of why I'm talking about it, because in the very beginning of the game, if what you want to do, if they don't nerf this and the game comes out fully, I would just be running Hydra literally right at the start. It's the most hilarious, easy version, and it's probably one of the best ones to play on hardcore, I would think, because you can just run the deep freeze, which makes you completely invulnerable as well if you want. You have defensive, etc. I'm just a big fan. I'm just a big fan. I mean, I'm not, look at this. I'm just having the Hydras. Let the Hydra do everything, just to make a point. Like, I mean, obviously we could actually use our abilities, but just to make a point here, keep all the survivors alive, mastery completed. This is, the Hydras are soloing everything. Not even basic attacking. Just keep them up. You get the point, okay? You understand what I'm saying. If that was my Barbarian, it would have been slower on my Barbarian with using all of my moves. So for sure, there's other builds that are good. For sure, somebody's going to mention like a Thorns Barbarian or the other, variants of this, etc. There are, I'm sure, amazing full builds. But as far as items go, as far as legendary items go, I'm having a really hard time finding something better than Double Hydra Baby. If you do, please let me know, because I would love to see it. I mean, for me, this is the most disgusting thing I've ran into, and it just feels absolutely brain dead. I feel like I'm cheating, just playing the game and aimbotting everything down. But I would absolutely love to see if you guys have any other suggestions. So leave a comment on what you think the best legendary item is in the game. Try this one out, see what you think, and I'll see you on the next Diablo 4 video.